if you are an international student and you have been wondering how much is the total cost you can spend, or how much total money you can actually spend to move to a country like Romania, then this video is for you, because in this video I'm going to be dropping detailed information like step by step on how much you need to spend per process to actually immigrate to Romania. Now, if you do not know, Romania is actually a member of the European Union now. Many people still do not know about this. But again, if you are getting it from the first time from me, please, information is very true. If you want to watch more videos from me, please subscribe to the channel and share this video to some people, because most of us, we are asking and doubting which places are actually affordable for us. Now, as a Cameroonian, if you have like 5.5 million CFA francs in your account or in your sponsor's account, this is a video for you to watch. I'm going to give you the breakdown of how much universities cost in Romania. I will give you how the legalization and the cost is going to look like. I will talk about visa fee, tuition fee, insurance, bank statement, visa application fee, and accommodation. Then we will calculate the total together so you actually understand. Now, if you want to move to a country like Romania, please understand that admissions is still very much open in some schools. I'm not very certain, but if you are looking for possibilities to move to Romania, consider the university you are applying to. Now, let's talk a bit detail about this. Remember, first thing first, before you even start looking for the universities, remember there is something they call legalization and visa. Now, for you to move to Romania successfully, you need to legalize your documents, to use your documents to apply for the program you are interested in that particular university you actually search for it. Remember, research is very paramount here. I have said many times in most of my videos that if you want to study in Romania, consider affordable universities that you can pay. And affordable universities, there is a video on this YouTube channel I talked about affordability and affordable universities. I don't remember when that video was published, but the video is on here. Take your time and go through my channel to check the video. My name is Milton. If you are new seeing my face, please do not forget I'm equally the chairman of the broke community, but we will never remain the same. Okay, so if you are looking at affordable universities in Romania, I have talked many times about Babes Bolia University in Cluj-Napoca. I have talked about the University of Timisoara, and I have talked about the University of Bucharest. These are not just the schools I mentioned in my video. There are other universities I talked about. Now, with these universities, you expect to pay tuition, depending on the program or faculty, between 2,000 euros and 5,000 euros. So your tuition may be 2,500, 3,500, 4,000, 4,500, 5,000. But in this case, I would like us, because we are talking about ranges, right? I would like us to take the range of 4,000. Let's say you are going to any of these universities and your tuition is 4,000. Please note it down. Now, we have done with universities tuition. Let's take a look at the documents you have to submit. Remember, you have to do legalization of your documents, because if you do not submit those documents if you do not legalize them before you submit them for your application, they would be incomplete. Every university in Romania have this rule. They will always tell you to follow the instructions before you can apply for the university. So legalization simply means that for Cameroonians, if you are going for bachelor's and you are going to be using your high school certificates, okay, you have to go to the GCE board, tell the GCE board to give you confirmation of your results, O and A levels, addressing it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Douala or Yaoundé. Then when it's ready, you now take the documents and go to the Foreign Affairs Ministry with your originals for them to certify. That is the process for Cameroonians, O-level holders and A-levels holders. Now, if you have a bachelor's degree, assuming you graduated from UB, University of Boya, you'd go to UB, take a transcript, original transcript, and of course, certify your degree. Then you add to the envelope of your high school documents. Then you go to the Foreign Affairs Ministry and do the rest. For the prices, I do not know. but let's just give it a rough estimate. And for legalization, it's going to cost like 90 euros. I'm giving them in euros because I expect you to sum everything in euros, okay? Because some of these things you are going to convert the money to your own local currency. But if you have your money in euros, that's the best thing to do, because at the embassy level, you might be required to pay in euros. Though they accept other currencies, but I will advise you to pay in euros. Now, the procedure is different for you because you have to go through the Ministry of Education before Foreign Affairs Ministry. You understand? If you do not do the documents like this, you cannot apply to Babes Bolivia University. Because remember, there is still a video I did on this channel where I talked about the documents you can use to apply to Babes Bolivia. I talked about legalized documents, insurance, passport photo. I talked about your application fee. I talked about your documents from maybe the national population, birth certificate, and so many others. The video is still here on this channel, so please check it out. Then the next thing you need, remember we said legalization is 90 euros, added to the initial 4,000. Now the next thing we need to know is the application fee. Now for application fee, most schools they have their own total, but for Babes Bolivia, I'm speaking on Babes Bolivia because I know how the system works already. So Babes Bolivia is 50 euros for application fee. Put this into consideration. Then for tuition fee, remember the tuition fee I said was about 4,000 euros, and you have to pay this money immediately your admission letter is out. Sometimes they give maybe 15 days to do the payment, but again, remember you have to pay within the first few weeks so that you secure your position, because if you do not pay, they are going to take your position and give to another qualified candidate. I hope you understand. And remember, those documents you submitted, when you submit them online, they have to go to the ministries through your school, then from their school to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Romania for them to take a look at it. If all the documents are okay, they are not going to issue you admissions letter. Remember, if your documents have name change, birth names, problems, names, dates, or problems with dates, birth, place, and all the rest, you will not get admissions. I have a student who had names issue and his offer was rejected after being with the ministry for more than 2 months. Then also the next thing you need to know is the insurance. Insurance depends on the insurance company you are paying your insurance with. I always tell people to go for the most recognized. Well, I think Alliance, I don't know if Alliance is good for Romania. Ask your university or ask the Romanian embassy. But I know AXA, Swisscare are used for other countries. But for Romania, you have to verify very well to be sure that you can actually use that particular insurance company to apply. So ask them. But for insurance, it's going to cost you between 135, 140 to 170 euros. And I will advise you to pay between 6 months to 1 year. Okay? Always pay in advance. And before you do the payment, before you do the insurance, it should be closer. Like if you want to do the insurance, do it close to the day you are going for visa. It's very important like this. Then for the bank statement now is what you have to use for visa application. According to the immigration, you have to have at least 2,500 euros in your bank account when you are printing the statement. Print from at least 6 months old statement. And do not just drop money inside like huge amounts. Drop them slowly, okay? So that your account should have some reasoning. Then at the end of the day, since it's 2,000 according to the immigration or embassy, I will not advise you to put 2,000. It's too small to me. So if you want to put the money, make sure it's around 4,000 euros or even more. But remember, you have to equally show evidence on how you are getting all this money. I hope you get. Then there is another thing we call visa application. Now, you need to apply for visa to move to Romania after you've gotten admission. Now, visa fee is 120 euros and you have to pay in cash on the day you are going to submit your application. Remember, you can have it in your local currency, you can have it in euro, but I would prefer you have it in euros, are already going to the embassy, and probably the exchange rate might drop. So just get it in the currency that they really want you to pay the tuition, like the visa fee, right? It's 120 euros, but I will suggest you go with your own euros. Now, the next thing you need to know is accommodation. Remember, before you could apply for accommodation when you arrive in Romania. I have somebody who did this process 3 or 4 years back. But now the procedure is different. After your visa, now you need to book an accommodation. And I will advise you to try to get this done before you travel to Romania. so that, because if it's a real important issue, the immigration will be aware of it, and sometimes when you are coming in, they will have to check to know if you actually paid. So I will advise you pay your accommodation at once, right? Or immediately after your visa is out. Don't pay before you apply, because you don't know the status of your visa. Book it first, then you apply. Immediately your visa is out, you go and pay for the accommodation. Right, it's very important. And remember, you have to pay once the visa is out. I have said it and I will say it again. I will keep repeating it, because this is the first time I noticed that change, and this is the first video I'm talking about it. So I will mention it in 2 or more videos, so that those who didn't know should know immediately. Then now, remember, we talked about accommodation to be 100 euros. If I didn't mention, put accommodation for 100 euros, then visa fee 120. Then now let's go to flight. Flight will usually cost around, right now, if you check, you are going to see that flights from your country, it depends on your country though. Some countries would, maybe if you are located far from Europe, it may be different, but if you are closer to Europe, it's different. But let's just put a rough estimate of 600, 650, 700. Just put 600 euros, right? Like the sum. Now add 600 euros to 100 euros to 120 to 4,000 euros to 140 to 50 euros to 90 to 4,000. Tuition fee, admission fee, institute, like insurance, bank statement, everything, right? If you sum all of this, you are going to get about 7,600 euros, and this 7,600 euros is equivalent to like 4,980 something thousand, which is approximately 5 million CFA francs. Now I would like you to just put your budget on 5.5 million CFA francs while you apply, because remember, we are doing estimates, we are not going with approximates. Now someone may be going to study a program that is like 5,000 euro. You see now that this amount will change. Or if the person decides to go for something like maybe medicine or dentistry, the amount will equally change. Or if the person get an accommodation that is more than 200 euros, the amount here will equally change. So it just depends on the individual, it depends on spending habits, and of course this is just an estimate of what you are going to spend. Remember, food you are going to be eating, transportation, everything, we didn't add it here. Maybe hotel bills, transport in and out, and moving to Nigeria to and fro if you are not from Nigeria, but I didn't add it here. So please put all of this into consideration and just prepare yourself. You need about 5 million to move to Romania. I am talking million in CFA francs, Cameroon money. For Nigerians, you can convert, and Ghanaians convert to your own local currencies. You are going to see what you actually need. So guys, please prepare very well for your visa application. I'm still going to talk about some other details about relating to visa, so you should note them down. Till we meet again in another one.